Let's carry on a couple of years into the 80s, if you don't mind. Just touch on Whitesnake, because that's another huge band that you were a part of. And is that when you joined that band, did you realize that they were sitting on a gold mine and everything was ready to explode for them?
Nobody did. It was no, nobody did. I mean, of course, there were certain people that believe on what was going on. That is a that I would say of all the bands I've ever, maybe Ozzy a little bit because there was a lot of grooming going on for Ozzy from Sharon, one single vision of what the Ozzy as an artist or an identity was to become. And that pretty much came from the mind of still does of Sharon. With Whitesnake, it was the record company. It was definitely the management had a vision of the band, of the new band,
Yes, yeah,
of the new band, because we were basically um, we came together to suit that vision, you know. And from from my perspective, I became part of the vision because Whitesnake was the opening band for Quiet Riot in 1984. So, I got to know David. He got to know what I was all about musically and image wise. And they wanted MTV friendly
yes, yeah.
musicians in the band. And actually, I was asked to join the band before the '87 record was recorded or even written. This is in 1985. Tommy Aldrich and I did. And since, like I mentioned, I have been on tour with Whitesnake supporting, I was aware of the conflict within the band. And so I was leaving one band, Quiet Riot, to join. I wanted to do something conflict free with Tommy. He and I were starting something new. So when we got the call to come to a meeting with Whitesnake's management, I find out that John Sykes, amazing musician, wonderful, great collaborator with David, but there's a personality conflict there. Hopefully someday they will resolve it. But as of 1985, they had, and so I declined joining the band because I didn't want to leave one situation to join another situation. Then later on, John, after he recorded the album, he wasn't there anymore, so it was just David, and I said, okay, yeah, I this is the time for me to actually become a part of this, you know. So that's how it came about. So that band was very, you had to be a badass musician musically, but also you have to have that certain MTV appeal. As a matter of fact, it was very popular back then for bands who were MTV bands to have a stylist
Mhm.
work with them, especially for the video. And on the first video, and it made sense because we're working with Flair Thymire. I mean, she was like the biggest one of that period, and wonderful lady and incredibly talented. So the band, okay, we get the phone call to do the Still in the Night video, and so we haven't even rehearsed yet as a band. It was just to make the video. Okay. And so Fleur, the stylist, comes to my house, and she goes through my closet, all my old clothes from the band Ozzy and Quiet Riot, and she picks certain things and say, "Okay, bring this to the shoot tomorrow." And she did that with every musician. And that's what you have on the first video: things from our closet and suitcases because Adrian had just flown in from Holland, to shoot the video. So she went through his suitcase and said, "Okay, bring this." And so now by the time that we did "Here I Go Again" and "Is This Love" back to back, we have been now we're a band. We committed. we committed to, we were asked to be in the band. We said yes. And we made a commitment. Now is okay. So now we're going to design some clothing for you guys that you can take on the road and also wear for the video. And that's where I think Here I Go Again really defined the image of the band, you know. And, and so there were a lot of business meaning management and record company people really involved with the image development of the group to make it as MTV friendly as possible.
Incredible stuff, and it just kind of absolutely blew up, didn't it? Obviously, the massive band, massive album went many times platinum as well. And you obviously worked with Ozzy and with Quiet Riot through Mental Health and everything like that, and all those huge highs. But Whitesnake just seemed to explode at that period. And what was it like then amongst the relationship of the guys? Because obviously you knew Tommy from the previous stuff, and then there's Adrian as well. So what was it like as a group? Did you feel like there were like you were an actual group, or did it feel like individuals who had been thrown together?
We got along famously. I mean, it was wonderful, great company. We were so happy to be playing together and to be, again, it went down to the music. Whatever the image was, at the core of it all was it was a great musical band with some badass musicians and at the top of our game, and it was just wonderful. It really was, from the very beginning, and there was a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for everybody, you know.